Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Shier in the Shed. Small absence, only because we've just had the Mr. Olympia, of course. So that is going to be a major discussion point of today. Justin went to the Olympia, hence last week we decided to postpone the podcast so that we have even more to talk about come this episode. So we're back. This is the post-Olympia episode. We've got other things to talk about as well because there's other shows coming up as well. So it won't just be the same as every other internet video where it's just, let's just talk about the Olympia because there's a lot going on in bodybuilding. There's still a season ahead. There is, and there's still a season ahead. So first and foremost, we may as well dive into your weekend because obviously you're back from that.
Speaking of discussing other things, I figured we'd talk about the fact that you're like 3 days out right now, dude. How are you feeling?
I'm 3 days out from the British Grand Prix. It's a show that I did in 2020 and I won. This year, granted, the lineup is pretty crazy. Got Criso and Samson in there. But it doesn't matter who turns up, does it? Because you want to win. So that's the plan.
You feel good?
I think if all goes well with my current plan, that I'll give everybody a hard time.
Dude, you look so much bigger, dude. You don't look anything like yourself from a few weeks ago.
Dude, with me, what you have to realize as well, I don't have to have a sucked in face to be in shape. So if I've got a sucked in face, I've overdieted.
Yeah, you pushed it too far.
Yeah. So right now, feeling way fresher. Did my last kind of like pool day today, and then tomorrow I'm going to do like an upper body, like kind of little flush session.
Yep.
I got a friend helping me now. It's not Chris right now because I needed quite honestly, I need someone on home turf.
Yeah, that's fair, dude.
Need someone here who can drive and look at me in person, grab my skin in person, see the fullness in person, see the performance in the gym. I don't want to leave anything to chance no more. And it's nothing against any of the coaches. Every coach I've had is fantastic. But I've come to realize one thing, and I did say this to myself after 2021. I did promise myself if I get a coach, they've got to be on UK soil or wherever I live because I need things to be far more transparent because things are just too hard to read over the phone. So that's why I made this choice. My friend Zach, I called and I said, look, I'm in a bit of a pickle. I know that my body is not where it should be because one of my good friends, Mitch, came to train with me and he said, Jay, you look shit. He said, Jay, man. He said, I can see that I'm looking at body parts and you're not even there. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit.
Some of that can be so hard to see over pictures, man. So like,
exactly.
That's
why I don't blame the coach because a coach can only see something that's been sent to them and it's so gradual and it's not in person. And I think you should never blame the coach for what you're offering them. I'm offering you me as a client and I'm offering to show you me through a lens. I'm not offering to fly to you and show you me in person. So I'm only giving you a certain amount of something to work with. And unfortunately, I think certain bodies, certain people, it just doesn't translate well. And I think I know I don't translate well and it's given coaches a hard time with my body.
Yeah, you know that. You get some guys, you go, oh, just the pictures just don't do it with this guy, for whatever reason. And I feel like you also ride like a fine line where you get like a certain level of conditioning and then you don't really get harder. You just get smaller. Yeah, where you start chasing these little bit of details. And if you're looking at a fucking picture every single day for 2 weeks straight, it's hard to see you actually shrinking. You just don't see yourself getting sharper. So it's easy to just keep pushing and pushing and pushing.
It's kind of like looking at, if you were to look at a circle and you were to shave a millimeter off that circle's diameter every day, you wouldn't notice it getting smaller. And it's the same with physique. And honestly, that's why there's no one, you can't blame a coach for that because it's very hard to see. I know I'd have a hard time if I was coaching somebody and the changes were so subtle that I couldn't really pick up on them. And again, I'm not saying that is what the case was. I'm just saying that's how I feel as a person. I think it's hard to be truly understood what's going on over using technology and not doing it in person.
Yeah. Well, I'll also say that for you, that historically you've needed fuckloads of food to fill up and you go like more of a junk loading approach. And that just seems to be what works for you. And that wasn't what you and Chris did. Obviously you just kind of adhered to what Chris was trying to do. It wasn't, that was
great. Again, look at Jordan Hutchison. And I think the difference between me and Jordan is in Texas. Jordan can train and go and see Chris. They can see each other and they can keep an eye on things that way. If I lived in Texas, it'd be a different story. Chris could coach me all day long or someone else could coach me all day long who I'm nearby. So I don't want to put that pressure. And I said this to Chris. I messaged him and I said, look, it's unfair of me to put that pressure on you given the circumstance. Mm-hmm. Because it is unfair for me to expect him to do magic with my body when all I'm presenting to him is a video uploaded from halfway across the globe, in my opinion.
But you know what else though? It's totally okay that you were like, I tried this approach, and I didn't really like it.
Oh,
Didn't
for
feel
sure.
right.
Listen, dude, no one's paying my bills except me.
Yep.
No one's reputation is theirs except mine. Like it's being selfish with your choices in bodybuilding is absolutely fine.
Dude, in life in general, dude,
Yeah.
a lot of times, and I'm instinctually just a fucking people pleaser, and I'm always afraid to make these hard decisions, like, you know, whether it's a business relationship or personal relationships, you always just fucking tiptoe around things because you don't want to. It sucks because you don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. With Chris, he's like a friend of ours, a friend of all. Yeah, he's fucking fantastic.
And he's phenomenal what he does, and he helped me in many ways. My leg issue, like he's helped with my glute, like kind of rehab, my digestion. So a lot of the things he's done are in place, and they're not being changed because they've helped me a lot. So I've learned a lot from him. Yeah. So I'm grateful for that because a lot of things he does do, I'd implement and keep forever.
I also know, Chris, you could text him right now and ask him a question. He's going to still help.
Chris messaged me today, said, if you need any help ever, just let me know.
Yeah.
He's one of the best people. He awesome, always wants to help people he cares about. Like I say, this is simply just a case of
class act.
All right, listen, I'm in Britain. I'm in England. I have to be realistic here. I'm on an island here. I need a team here.
Yeah.
Because my team is here. My team's Janica. My team is my gym owner, Adrian, who sees me every day and helps me when I pose. And the only thing really missing was somebody who's controlling some of the other aspects. And that's it really. So that's where I'm at, feeling good. Like I say, it's 3 days out. Excited. Discuss the game plan today.
Do you care to mention body weight, how far up you are from where you were? Or do you want to leave that all a mystery?
I was about 271 today. So I was down to I went down to 259 lowest on the prep.
Damn. So that's 12 pounds.
Yeah. And I'm not filling up. I'm filling up tomorrow.
Well, I think see, there you go. I think you sent me some pictures the other day that were just like you around 270 during your last prep. It seems like that's the sweet spot. It seems like anytime you get below that,
the shows I've won, the pro shows I've won, I'm normally around that weight. And listen, again, it's like the positive is that we did get a lot of the fat off. Like I'm actually leaner now than I have been at this weight, so it can be better than the previous 270. But
definitely.
Listen, I look at bodybuilding and I look at bodybuilding this weekend from the Olympia and I look at Derek and I think Derek showed so much volume and size.
Dude,
was he the hardest person on stage? No, this is bodybuilding. It's open bodybuilding.
Dude, that was a concept. That was intentional. Samson. Yeah. And I was just going to say, it's a perfect segue to head in. Like, look at our current Mr. Olympia. He pushed that.
He played Samson's game and unfortunately Samson tried to play a different game. And then it meant that Derek went past him because if Samson had come in 300 pound and not worried about trying to be harder,
he would have fucking won, dude.
Dude, it would have been, and Samson knows I spoke to Samson today very briefly on Instagram, just sending him some, because I know he'd be back.
Sure. Like, I mean, I see Samson right now. He posted some shit in a story. He already looks fucking humongous.
He's probably eating what he needed to eat. He's probably, just refueling a little bit.
I think they were probably just maybe a little afraid to push the fullness heading into the show because historically they've kind of had to have this balancing act of dryness and conditioning. So maybe they just weren't as aggressive enough. But that guy's a 300-pound guy. You needed to feed him for a week straight.
Yeah, that's the problem. Like, so with Samson, if he comes in flat, because I know what it's like being a 270 plus guy. Yeah, he's like 280, 290.
Yeah,
you can't fill that rig up in 2 days.
No,
it's not like a lightweight bodybuilder. Like, dude, like anyone out there, if you're a super heavyweight bodybuilder and you're not full enough to do a show, you need a week or a week and a half to get your fullness there. And Samson now, potentially, if I was him, I'd probably do another show because I think it's worth it.
I would be looking at Prague, dude.
And he'll be volumized by then.
I bet you his conditioning would be more on display if he was volumized in full.
100%. That pressure in this,
What I don't want to see from Samson is him go, well, pushing hard for conditioning wasn't the way to go, so I'm just going to keep doing what we've been doing because that's been working. No, I think he is in a good spot where he's fucking peeled. He just needs to now fill up and spend enough time reversing that he can be his best self.
Yeah, if he reverses a little bit now, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever how many pounds, because he's so big it don't matter.
Yeah,
he'll be harder for it and probably his all-time best.
I bet.
And it'll take a week or two because he's such a big fella.
Yeah,
but that will get him. He's obviously qualified for Olympia anyway because he's a Mr. Olympia. But just to get some of that mojo back, because it's horrible when you don't do as well as you want to. It kind of knocks you for 6 and it makes you feel like you're not.
I think he's still on the verge of his best showing ever. I think he just needs to fill up. Maybe there was like a little bit of, I don't know if I'd hate to say that he lost any tissue in that prep. I really think it was just a fullness thing.
I don't think he did.
Yeah, I think they just like you said, he didn't fill him up.
Because he's not slim, he's not skinny. He's just devolumized.
If you notice from Friday night to Saturday night, it was a huge difference in fullness. He was way fuller. You're like, dude, you just needed 2-3 more days just like that.
Yeah.
And I bet you had been himself.
Yeah. So I think we agree on that then with the Olympia. Like, I think Derek played the game. He probably expected Samson to come in large, and then probably saw that he was really, then probably saw he was like aiming to not come in as he was focusing on condition, and then probably thought, you know what? And Acito probably listened and probably went, let's play our game.
I'm sure.
Because it is a game at the end of the day. Other notable, Andrew Jack for me, man. Oh,
man.
What a great bodybuilder.
I'm telling you, dude. I mean, I know there's a lot of controversy, people saying Andrew could have won. Turn Andrew to the side. He's still weak from the side. He needs to figure out his...
Is that how he poses?
It's how he poses. It's not necessarily the muscularity. He just presents in a way that he looks a little thin and narrow and uncomfortable. And obviously, a little hamstring thickness. If he had Samson's legs, I think he probably would have won the fucking show.
Do you think that Andrew poses too short in the side shots or too tall? Because I actually feel like if he posed more tall, maybe he'd look better. I feel like he tries to squat down and then because his thighs are
crunched down. And it's kind of like this compressed where
he doesn't have the bubbliness to fill that space.
I know. Yeah. Yeah, it's tough. Well, here, I can pull it up on Instagram. Let's watch like the Gilco.
I will say the one shot I've seen of Andrew that just blows my mind is he's doing like a crucifix standing straight on with his arms up.
Dude, there's another one that he posted on his page of him just doing a most muscular, which it seems like
it's like a Kai Green most muscular, but it's still looks all the way at wild.
I mean, bloody hell, look at this guy.
That's a machine, bro. That's not even a human.
Dude.
If they make another Terminator movie, that's the person who should be Terminator.
No kidding.
Look at the lats in the front double.
You can see a little bit in the legs. He's just a little slight
in the lower
legs, but only because he's 6'3" and he's so big everywhere else. I mean, that looks pretty good, to be honest. I think it's the side tricep, which he doesn't even do here, but
he's got quite long glutes, so the hamstrings need to come out to meet the glute. But look at the condition, man. It's a good level of condition for a big guy. Man.
Yeah, it's really good. This is, I think, by far the best Andrew I've ever seen. It is.
It's a big back. That's just a big man.
It's unbelievable.
It's a big ass man. Like that kind of shape. If you saw that video now, you think, okay, he's got to be like 5'7" because there's no way a guy can be that big. But he is. He does a weird most muscular, but he gets away with it because he's got such crazy muscle.
Well, he's got such long arms that I think if he did the hands clasped, he needs to grab the middle of his fucking forearm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I hear that. He's one person when I stand next to, he still blows my mind.
It's not anything that a picture's ever going to accurately tell the story.
Look at that, man.
Look at this, dude.
The delt
you see, like, his left leg is a little smaller than the right, which, isn't a big deal, but I think it really is his legs that is holding him back from being at the very top.
Yeah, I think he could just do a bit more sweep.
Mm-hmm. And from the side, just the side leg, I feel like.
Fucking delts, mate.
My God, man.
3rd place, man. Very happy for him.
What a showman that guy is.
Oh, when he's happy with how he looks, he's the best showman. If he's not happy with how he looks, he kind of switches off a little bit, but that's like most people.
It was really funny because they're doing the comparisons with the top 4. And I don't know if you watched the live stream, but during the live stream, or during the final call out, they're doing the most muscular, and Andrew walks the complete other side of the stage and starts flexing for the crowd and showing off. And Steve's going, Andrew, you're not guest posing. Andrew, get back. Like yelling at him.
I heard he might have got penalized. Someone said to me today, do you think Andrew got penalized for his antics? And I didn't know what they were all about. Now I do. Yeah. So maybe he did. Maybe he could have been second.
And then they did another round where they did the most muscular, and he walked up to the very edge, like flexed right at the judges. He was just off that
good picture, bro.
Dude, he's having a good time. I mean, for the crowd, for us, we were watching, I fucking loved it. It was so fun. Yeah, but I don't know if he got penalized. It would be silly. I mean,
me and my friends were discussing today. Like, I would have had no problem with if it was not a show based on that fullness factor. Then I would have argued for like maybe Huddy and then Andrew, then Derek.
Yeah,
but obviously I wasn't there.
I was there, and I watched that, and I thought that Derek won
quite well.
Like night show handily. I thought it was his show. Night show, Hottie was definitely better. He was definitely not as sharp as he was at the art, but dude, in the lineup, he was the biggest fucking guy. He was huge.
His legs, they were like the abductors. They were like pushing his legs apart.
Anybody that I feel like there's just a lot of people talking shit about Derek, and it really sucks.
People talk shit about everybody. It annoys me. That's why I did a little post there about like Nick. Like, the dude doesn't get it quite right and still 6th in the world.
Yeah, I know.
Calm down, people.
I know. I commented on a post too where I was like, yeah, you guys, what a bum. Fucking 6th place. Like,
bro.
it's unbelievable.
He's so sick on a bad day and probably making more money than, like I said, more money than these people making in a month, in a couple of days. Like, calm down. Who's living their life?
It sucks, and I think we all wanted to see the best version of Nick. And I honestly wonder what the best version of Nick would have looked like in this lineup, because nobody was really mind blowing.
I think the only thing that really let him down, what let him down was the tan on day one, the
tan, and he was just a little flat.
Yeah,
and it just looked like his waist was also a little bit wider than it had been.
I think because his waist was flat, his abs weren't popping.
I think so too, because he pulled that front double and is washed out. Yeah,
normally they pop.
I did talk to his parents, and I was like, dude, have him crunch down in the front double, like, because when he pulls up, it just kind of smooths out and it doesn't have the same impact. When he crunches down, those fucking abs stick out.
The thing with his front double, he can do the chest up, but he has to be extremely full. Because and he obviously didn't have the fullness, but
it was just kind of washed out.
Yeah, again, that was his first show with Carl, I believe. And again, I think
it was third show with Kyle. But one thing that he said,
third show.
He's like, it's Kyle's first Olympia. It's Kyle's first time peaking someone for a night show. It's Kyle's first two-day show.
Night shows are hard.
It's a lot different, dude. If anybody's ever sat all day and waited to peak and be your best at bedtime, you're talking about 9:30 p.m. and you're supposed to be. Usually, we're all going to bed about that time.
Everybody knows that a peak in the morning show is way easier. Like, let's say you was on stage by like 10 or 12, piece of piss. Go to bed, wake up, good, because the sleep gets the water out. You're there. You have one good meal in the morning, bang, stage.
One good meal, a little nut, some food and a nap after prejudging, you're bang on for finals.
Exactly. It's really difficult with the night show. So that's kind of what I'm toying with right now, because I've adjusted my training time, because the show that I'm doing is at 7:30 p.m. So I'm training after 3 meals now. So when I pose after training, it's roughly that time. And then it just gives me a bit more. Yeah. And that was actually an idea of Zach's, not mine. So again, it just shows his kind of thought process and how he does things, which is actually really quite nice, because I didn't think of that myself. And it certainly makes you feel a bit more relaxed, because you're like, okay, we got this covered.
Yeah, makes sense.
Because those are the things you think last minute. Oh, shit. We're going to be on quite late.
And then, what happens is you think about it fucking Saturday morning.
And then that's when you start getting, I'm stressed now.
But one thing I did know with Nick, I guess they were 10 pounds heavier than they were in Pittsburgh. So I think they were chasing like a bigger, fuller look. And I don't think
it need to be.
Nick's too big already.
He's already got more muscle than everybody.
Yeah, not like you need to chase like a streamlined look with Nick, because you're never going to quite achieve that. But what he needed to be was his like tightest, slimmest self, and then just full.
Yeah.
And I think they maybe, and who the fuck knows? I can't speak on
dude, again, it's just general conversation. When we won't know unless we get one of the guys on the show and have a chat.
But we know, if you're talking about putting 10 pounds on a physique, you don't really get to choose where that 10 pounds goes.
No, you have no idea.
Not like he got to hammer it right into his quads and call it good. Like, I think his midsection was a little wider. Maybe his arms were a little bit, who knows? But I think just the 10 pounds.
If a strong point gets stronger, and it didn't go to what you consider a weak point, it can throw off the balance more.
It can throw it off the balance more, yeah.
Like, let's say if Nick's arms keep getting bigger.
No shit. And Nick will look like, usually Nick in the back shots looks extremely streamlined. And he didn't have that same taper that he usually has in the back shots. So something was off. But dude, you're talking about what? Maybe the first time Nick has ever been off ever in his career. And
again, like I say, him off still beats however many other people were in that lineup that have all qualified for that show by winning shows.
Yeah.
So it just shows how good he is. Like, and we will see, and Nick's one of the hardest heads in the game. So he'll just come away from that with motivation, because that's the kind of guy he is.
Yeah.
I was really impressed with Tonio Burton. I feel like that dude, once they look at him more, I think he's going to be.
Well, they had him in the second call out, and then they called him back in with like all the first call out guys compared with Martin. So they obviously got a secondary look at him. We're like, okay, let's get him in the mix. Fuck, he's exceptional, man. He's really good. Now him and Justin really nailed it. That's the best Tony we've ever seen. I've never seen his waist that tight, his abs, everything. That was a really good Tonio.
It was credit to him as well, then, because for that shit to change, like for your waist and that's you have to not be lazy, because you have to go away and do drills and shit on that.
Dude, that's a full lifestyle change, dude. You're talking about, all year doing your vacuums, making sure you're doing your ab training, never once getting bloated or distended, like really keeping an eye on these things. It's a lot.
It is crazy. Pure dedication. That just shows the levels. When you're at this level, the percentages matter, and the shift in the guard is down to who's willing to do that and who's not. The person that was 10th last year could be 15th this year because there was someone that was 15th last year who's disciplined himself for a year to do that waist training or whatever it may be. And again, that's something that Chris is really good with, because I know he's done a lot of that with Jordan Hutchison, and Jordan improved his core stability and core control tremendously over the last 2 years or so.
Yeah, I think Jordan naturally just has like a little bit of like a lower abdominal pooch.
That's why I have a little bit. I have that.
Yeah, he gets like you can tell when he's flattened out during his morning check-ins, it's nice and tight. But as soon as he starts feeding, it just.
I love that. I don't know what that. I don't know what I got that as well. A little morning pooch, little pooch.
Do you think with you it's like just like a water thing that? Will
no, I think mine's from when I had my. I think partially mine's from when I had my surgery to take out my appendix.
Oh yeah.
Because there's something they do. They keyhole in several areas, and there's something to do with this like lining behind the abdominal that they don't brace when they go into you. It actually rolls. There's a few things that happen. I was discussing this, and that's why I have hard time feeling my lower abdominal unless I'm really full. So I have got a reason.
Yeah.
But one thing I haven't done content for a little while, because I'm just going to start fresh after the shows are done.
That's what I said too. And then I just we started doing this, and this just satisfied
that need. To be fair, I enjoy this because I like talking about things on here with a friend, you know, so I get to talk to you. So that's why I spoke about, you know, the changes in the approach to the show and stuff like that. He's actually made it home now because he drove home because he came down for the day to go for a training session, last pool session together, and check my posing and food and stuff. Yeah, man. I'm quite excited because Carbon Up starts like tomorrow probably. Oh, so he's messaging now. Make sure he's all right.
Well, I'm excited to see how things turn out, man. I know that last show was a little bit of a disappointment for you. So
yeah, man, you know, but at the end of the day, I had this conversation. We were in Cafe Nero today, which is like a coffee place I always go before training. And I said the same thing, you know, I've got nothing. I can talk to every coach I've ever worked with. I hold them down as being friends. I've lost nothing from the changes I've made when I go to someone else or work with someone. I've gained friends, people that when I'm at like the Olympia that I can go and have a coffee with or sit down with, because I've shared time with these people and I always value that time and the things I've learned. I never get anything negative out of the exposure to these people that I've had. The only reason, like I say, that I make these calls is just because there's so much in my life that rides on it, and I am determined to just find my place, and that's it. And once I found my place, I'll be happy if I do find my place. So I do think I could have, in the beginning when I first felt this way about having a coach in my country, I probably should have acted on it, but I left it too long, so hence it kind of went to the back of my brain, and I forgot that was my kind of reason. But yeah, no, like we had a great day today, man. Very, very happy. I'm kind of gobsmacked with how happy he is with how I'm looking.
Good,
because obviously,
good. That, even if, dude, just that confidence right there matters so much. So if it's someone you trust, because a lot of times, dude, I don't trust myself.
Well, he just came back from the Olympia as well. He had a lady in figure, Sophie, who's really good.
Nice.
The tall blonde one. You probably saw her. She's taller than everybody.
She got 4th place. That's who I was talking about.
No, it wasn't her. It was another blonde chick. Really, the tallest one in the lineup. She didn't.
I swear.
Yeah, I don't know where she placed, but she looked fantastic. And
he's a super tall blonde chick.
Yes,
in figure.
Sophie.
Maybe I'm mistaken on her placing, but
she was really, really, really good.
Yeah, different figure. You're talking about this one.
Yeah. So that's Sophie. She's like she's a unit, bro.
Super good. She's fucking big.
Yeah, really, really good. So he was there with her, and
she looked great.
Yeah, we just had some good conversations about the Olympia. You know, I'll tell you who he's really like, because he actually used to be coached by Neil Hill a lot. Neil Hill and him are really good friends. So he reminds me of Neil a lot. So it's kind of nice because I like Neil a lot as well. So when I talk to Zach, I'm kind of like, it's because we're all British. I think there's just something there.
Yeah.
I just feel really comfortable with it, and I feel like
the
translation between people, there is a different way that you feel that you can talk to each other when you're from the same place.
I believe it.
Yeah,
for sure.
There's a real bluntness you can have, which makes things really comfortable.
Well, I'll say this, even just where I'm at, I was at the Controlled Insanity booth, and a lot of those guys are from they're like New York, Brooklyn kids.
Yeah.
And they're all from Brooklyn, all from New York ghetto kids. And the way they talk to each other, you're like, they just understand each other on a different level.
On a different level. And I kind of feel like that. I'm at an age as well where, you know, similar age to you, and Zach's a little bit older, and just things in life are different. And he's got 2 kids. I can sit and talk to him about his sons, and I don't know. Again, it's just, I said
Connect
to him,
on some personal levels
yeah,
as well.
and I said to him today, I think, you know, I'll be real with you. There's been a void in my life with the absence of my dad forever that I've tried to kind of fill with a idol to take me on the path where I hold their hand and they show me the way in something. And it's always, because I've always done bodybuilding, it's always been that. And I suppose I've just been looking around for that surrogate, that father figure. And there's a lot of qualities in so many of these coaches I've worked with that I kind of fill a lot of the space, but haven't quite filled it all. So it goes a little bit deeper than just like the surface level bodybuilding thing for me. And I'm probably requesting quite a lot of someone. So it's not the people's fault. If they don't satisfy that space, it's not because there's anything they've done wrong. It's because what I'm looking for is a different shape. Yeah. It's like a spiritual thing for me.
For sure.
So I don't know, you know, and I laughed with Zach today, and Zach's kind of like, he kind of gets it because he's a dad.
Yeah. But you know what else though? Like, you didn't, in like the pursuit of this, it's not like you've lost the relationships because of the coaching relationships.
I've looked for like a figure, but I've made friends.
Yes.
And you know, maybe maybe there is a wire that's broken because you can never find that figure. But the pursuit of it has always given me passion to find and learn from people. So I'll take it for what it is. You know, if that's how
I don't think hasn't been anything negative to come of it.
No, it's made me actually really intrigued by other human beings. I have a general massive level of intrigue in other people's intelligence and understanding of the subject that we are invested in. And therefore I reach out to people and I talk to people and I learn from them, and it adds to me as a person.
Yeah.
And it may not last in regards to like the coaching relationship, but it lasts I always have what they taught me with me. And I feel like that's that thing that I always wanted as a son. I wanted a father to teach me things.
Of course.
So dude. I think it's kind of a bit of a weird, deep thing for me, and I'm satisfying it by having coaches. So
I mean, that's good. That's good to be able to be introspective enough to see that and be able to process it.
It's the only answer for it, because it's never anything more than that.
Yeah.
So yeah, for anyone.
Well, dude, I'll say this, man. When I decided to do this, like when I approached you about doing this podcast, I've always known you to be so incredibly like thoughtful. And I know that you are always in like the pursuit of learning. And I know every conversation I've ever had with you has always been relatively deep and well thought out. And I feel like you're always a bit of a sponge in your environment. So I just knew that we could get together, and I knew I could learn from you, and we could just have good conversations, because you're just a guy who's always very open to the world. And I think that really matters, man. So I'm happy to be here doing it with you.
And you know what? Being open to that, and being willing to sometimes maybe take damage is fine.
Yeah, for sure.
It's the real world, man. You can't walk around with like armor plates on.
No,
you know.
No, but you might bounce off the guardrails a little bit, man. But yeah,
exactly, brother. Exactly. Well, that's why I still love bodybuilding. I'm hungry now. I said I wouldn't change a thing. I said it's exactly. I said I wouldn't change a thing. I said this year I haven't done as well as I wanted so far, but I don't change a fucking thing.
Dude, me neither. I fucking ate shit at Tampa.
Doesn't change a thing.
Now I look back, oh fucking hell yeah,
Let's
dude.
Go,
good.
Bro. Let's go. I'm a bodybuilder, bro. I'm not fucking calling it a day. You must be mad.
Fuck it. Dude, I didn't even care. It gave me more fire to come back and train. I feel more motivated than I ever have. I feel like next year I will be a much better version of myself next year than I would have if I had like a favorable, let's just say I got 4th place.
Yeah.
And then I just shut it down. I promise you, I'll be better. I'll be better in 2026 because I got 14th.
It needs to happen sometimes.
For sure.
So yeah, I agree.
Well, all right, brother. Well, I think
you've done an hour and a half. I'm going to go do some treadmill before my last meal.
I'm going to go train some back. I'm going to go eat a little bit of food here and then go train.
I'll be sure.
Are you doing like legitimate cardio now?
No, it's kind of like, it's kind of steps, but I only walk at like 2 miles per hour, and I just have no incline. It's just the extra steps for last meal. It's for digestion, really.
There you go. You just tinker or play on your fucking Game Boy?
I could play on the Switch, but I don't. I normally watch bit of YouTube or listen to some old albums at the minute, so just been going through some old music, but it's all part of it, man. 3 days out, I'll keep you posted, and I'll message you, and I'll see what's tuned in for next week.
Good catching up, as always, and I'm excited to see how this new coaching relationship works out, and we'll catch up next week.
Guys, go check out AMA, the IFBB, www.ifbbama.org for the full videos of the channel, and check out all the other content on there, the podcasts with Chris, Milos, and so forth. Any other things you want to shout out quickly?
Nope. We're all good, baby. We'll see you guys next week.
Coach Shier, Raw. Coach Head, ESN. Baby. All right, guys. We'll see you soon.
All right. Love you all.
Peace and love.
Peace.